Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Tech Culture Podcast. My name is Coach Atta, and we are here at Digital Skills School. We're going to be talking about something fantastic today, and we have in our midst today an amazing personality. I love him so much. He has good vibes, always good vibes. And of course, if you're listening to us on podcasts or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I know you are not seeing him. But of course, you can watch over to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel to see his handsome face. In the person of Mr. Arinze, he is our data analytics tutor at Digital Skills School. And when it has to do with data, right, everything that has to do with data and understanding what data is like the best person to talk to, right? And he has been with us for quite some time. And Mr. Arinze, thank you so much for finding the time out of your busy schedule to join us today.
It's good to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, guys, before we go on, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very, very important. And leave a comment, leave a like, and let's jump right into it. So, first of all, I want you to kind of like tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing right now in your tech journey, your tech career.
Well, I'm glad you called it a journey. Well, tech is very broad. So what happened was I started as an SAP data analyst. SAP, for people who don't know, is systems, applications, and products in data processing. So it's a huge enterprise resource planning for most multinationals use it. So that's where I started my tech career from. But come 2019, 2020, I wanted to have a career that would just require my computer and an internet connection. Okay. And so it just said, okay, fine, what can I do? And someone just said, Arinze, stick to what you know. And okay, fine, data. And I just continued with it. I found out that, I already knew SQL. For example, structured query language. I mean, we use Microsoft Excel almost every day in our offices. Then Power BI was what I had to actually start learning. And I did that, and I've been coding Python for a while. So I just used Python for data analytics. So So what I would advise really anyone coming into data is everybody uses data. You understand? From construction companies, hospitals, the aviation industry, everybody uses data. And when they say, okay, no, that I can't do it in data, it's tech. No, everybody uses data. It's just now left for you to know how to gather it, clean it, and then
present it.
Exactly. Bring out insights from whatever it is that you're supposed to do.
I mean, it's amazing that you started your journey that way. Now, I want you to kind of like give us like an explanation of what the what the data world is like, what the career in data looks like from start to maybe say the apex.
Apex? There's no apex. But when we're talking about from start, okay, so there's database is where data is stored. First of all, as a newbie, you just have to keep it in mind that data is somewhere. It's stored somewhere. So you have to know how
is data. Let's just even break it down. What is this data all about? What is data?
Data is
basic information.
Basic information that, for example, speaking in layman terms, how many people walk through that door every day? If you have that's data.
That's information.
That's information. Data is basically information that can be gathered from certain things. Then, for example, now if you go on www.amazon.com and you want to buy probably this iPhone, you now go and look at reviews. People that put in their reviews there about how the phone works, how the screen size, all that is data.
That's data.
And we can scrape that data and use it to perform sentiment analysis on using natural language processing.
Guys, are you listening to this?
So that is data is any and everything. It can be text data, it can be voice
data, video data,
everything is data.
Wow. Wow. So even the weather is data.
Temperature
is data.
Everything is data.
Wow.
All around us.
guys, so before we even let Mr. Arinze continue, I want you to understand something here, that you see, whatever career path you are in, whatever you're studying in university,
you must need data.
You need data. You are using data. You are giving data. Anytime you scroll Instagram, knowingly or unknowingly, you are producing data.
You are producing, you're consuming, you're using.
So I mean, getting to understand data, right, as an individual, irrespective of the course you are studying, whether you're in medical or you're in engineering, is an added advantage, because data is the new oil. Okay, so
data is life.
Data is life.
Data is new oil. Data is life.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
Yeah, so go ahead now. From database, there's a database where there's database somewhere.
Okay, so the database is managed by the database engineers. They do their thing.
Okay.
Then the data engineers actually, how do I put it? They create and maintain the pipeline.
Okay.
That wherever they are getting data from, they create the pipeline to put it into the database, where data analysts can go and query.
Okay, collect it from. Okay.
Exactly. That's where the SQL comes in, structured query language. You have to query the database in order to extract a certain form of data from it. Then, then the analysts can clean the data, visualize the data. Then typically the scientists now use algorithms to predict.
Okay.
Predict what the data can be used for. Again, it all depends on the problem statement, what it is that you are trying to solve.
So what you're trying to solve using the data.
Exactly. Data, it is a plethora of data, so you might just need a very tiny fraction to just answer. Okay, so you have to know what it is that you want to use the data to do.
Okay.
That's fair. That's basic.
Can you give us like a use case with maybe a company in Nigeria right now? Can you just give us a use case?
Okay, as a young data analyst, you can be employed to work in MTN, for example.
Okay.
MTN, our telecom provider. And your manager can give you a use. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, please, I'll need to know the number of people that load or use call credits 10,000 naira and above from the month of January to the month of August in 2022.
Okay.
So this problem statement now, for example, that you've been given, just off the top of my head, that you've been given is, you go in the database, you have to use the SQL
to
extract that information. When you save it, you can save it as an Excel file. Then go in Microsoft Excel, look whether there are any missing data, any missing value, clean it, you arrange it. Then you can use that Microsoft and put it in, take it into the Power BI. Power BI now for your presentation purposes.
Fantastic, guys.
That's like the typical workflow
for a data
analyst. Yeah.
Guys, that thing you just used 5 minutes to talk about or 3 minutes to talk about can take you 2 weeks.
So the thing about data, anything data, you can 80% of your job whether you be a data analyst or scientist, is cleaning data, because big data is unstructured.
It's unstructured, yes.
So you have to actually clean it and make it usable before presentation. So 80% of your time spent
is on cleaning, extracting and cleaning.
So most of the time, your extraction and cleaning skills as a data analyst or scientist has to be top notch.
Okay. Now there's always this debate. Of course, when students come to us at Digital Skills School, they want to sign up. When they send us DMs on Instagram. By the way, you can search Digital Skills School on Instagram. Just search Digital Skills School on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and you can send us a DM anytime. Now, when students send us a DMs regarding data, they want to study data analytics. Most of them don't understand the difference between data science and data analytics. Some of them just want to go straight to data science. And we have to keep explaining to them that, look, if you're a novice, you can't jump into data science just like that, right? So can you just, I don't know if we are wrong or...
No, you're very correct. You're very correct.
Okay, so what's the difference? Yeah.
Okay, so a data analyst, like I said, his job is to extract, clean, and present data, making it viable so insights can be drawn.
Yeah, okay.
To be a data scientist, you need to be an analyst first.
Uh-huh.
You need to understand the basics of data. You need to understand SQL. You need to understand Microsoft Excel. You need to understand Power BI and Python.
Okay.
Because some people actually use the rudimentary element of Python, to Python for data analytics, to pandas, NumPy, Seaborn or Mac. These are libraries in the Python. These are libraries in Python that can be used for data analysis.
Okay.
Now, data science, now you don't have to be using certain like scikit-learn, sklearn, the preprocessing, the metrics. You use different algorithms in Python now to work on the data to produce certain predictions or results. Okay. Basically, you have logistic. There's logistic regression algorithms. There's normal KNN, K-means. These are segmentation. So
guys,
they are different.
We are actually to another level here.
So you actually need a foundation.
Yeah, which is analytics.
Analytics. You need a foundation before you now build on that knowledge for science.
So science is more about predictions.
Yes.
Predictions, human behavior.
Statistics, basically.
Statistics.
You have to understand a whole lot of statistics.
So what is the next level after data science now?
Data science is broad. Then there is machine learning.
Machine learning, okay.
What I tell most people is that these algorithms they don't change.
Yeah.
The algorithm doesn't change. Basically, an algorithm means, in layman's terms, how you can tell the computer to compute a problem from point A to point B. That is
simple logic.
Simple, exactly, the logic. The logic doesn't change. Again, that's why I'm really emphasizing on the skills as a data person. When I put person, I mean encompassing. A data person is your data gathering and cleaning skills.
It's very important.
Yeah, because the quality of data you put into the algorithm will affect the results.
Yeah.
If you put a data that is really not up to par, you will find out that your results are not.
And you won't even be able to do anything. If you get it wrong at the foundation level.
You won't really be able to do anything.
SQL is really very important.
That is stage. You can be a professional at
Power BI.
Not even Power BI now. You can. I'm talking about as a data scientist. You can be a professional in all the algorithms. You might know all the algorithms from A to Z, but if you do not know how to pick the data from the database, nobody is really going to hire you. So SQL is a very important.
It's very important.
SQL is important.
Okay. Now, is AI going to wipe out jobs in fields of data? AI is becoming more powerful by the day. Should we be scared?
Well, like I said, okay, so let's go back to the basics. If you go on www.amazon.com and you want to buy a book, you search the name of the book, you pay, maybe you've linked your debit card to, and then you stay in your house and the book comes to meet you. What did you do?
You clicked on some buttons and you ordered.
No, you bought a book.
You bought a book. Okay, you bought a book. Yeah.
That's the basic. You bought a book.
Okay.
But now, because of tech has made it easy for you now to receive
the item.
You don't have to leave your house in order to receive.
To go to anywhere.
Receive your item. Okay. That's what tech does. So tech aids business. Tech helps business.
Okay.
Before tech, you could go to the bookstore, and still buy the book. So how you bought the book is what changed, not that you bought the book.
Yeah, but you will still buy book. It's just the method that changed.
Exactly. So that's what tech does. Tech aids business.
Yeah, okay.
And then there are the people that are in the business of aiding businesses. That is the people that are now in the tech field.
Okay.
Do you understand? So AI will take some jobs, but you now, generally speaking, you have to now know how to leverage AI in order to stay consistent with the changing job market. That's it.
Okay, just like what you said, right? Our behavior does not change. Human behavior does not change.
It doesn't change.
Like 50 years ago, people bought books. 20 years ago, people bought books. People are buying books today. But the method is just changing. People read news 50 years ago. People read news 20 years ago. People are reading news today.
They still read
but
exactly.
The method of reading that news
is what just changes.
Okay. So guys, so you don't need to be scared. Human beings will always be human beings. It's just that technology will always just come to make life easy. But the thing, what I used to tell people is that, you see, no matter, AI still has a lot of limitations. It's a very powerful tool, though I don't doubt it. But, the human mind has a way, just like our product design coach said. He said the human mind has ways of thinking about things in such a random way that no AI can ever reach that level, right? So, but getting into tech and at least learning these basic skills, and then growing, is something that you should start as soon as possible.
Yeah,
right?
Yes. Everybody needs a tech skill. Everybody should need, and it's a superpower. I tell my people, coding, understanding how to talk to machines coding is a superpower.
Yeah.
In as much as they even have chatbots now that you can just say, please write this code to do this ABCDE, and you press enter and it just brings out the code for you. You will still need to know how.
Of course. Because if you don't even have the basic coding skills, you'll not be able to
know what exactly. You don't know how to use it. So I encourage everybody to not everybody will code though.
No, of course, there are other non-coding careers, of course.
Tech is broad,
There are so many ways. There are so many ways to get into it.
Any and everybody should have a tech skill.
Yeah. So now the thing is this. Okay, just to buttress that point, right, that not everybody will code. We have a course called Scrum Master. We have a course called Product Management, Product Design. Those are areas of tech that does not have anything to do with coding at all. So if you are scared of coding, relax, calm down. There are other courses you can do that can bring you into the tech space, and you won't need to write a line of code, right? Even Q&A, software testing, there are some aspect of it that you don't need coding, and so you can, all you have to do is like go on social media and search for Digital Skills School, send us a DM, and we'll put you through it. So one more question before we let you go. You tell us how you are advancing, because you see, tech is a journey. So of course you are at a certain level now where you can coach people, right? But of course you are still upgrading your knowledge. So what are you doing right now? I know you talked about your master's degree. I don't know if you want to just
I'm currently doing like tech again. I bring out tech. You see, everybody's adapting. Universities are adapting. People that course providers are adapting. I'm doing my master's in data science from the University of East London, but I'm in Nigeria. I can't do that without tech.
Of course.
But I'm paying my school fees. I'm going to school. But the way I am learning now is different because of tech. So in order to now see that in order for them to reach a wider audience and a broader and all around the world, they had to the school board probably came together and said, how do we do this? We have to build this infrastructure. We have to build this platform. So you find even universities, traditionally, everybody's leveraging
technology to grow.
So you either adapt or die. That's what I keep telling people.
So it's amazing that you're doing a master's degree in data science. And you are doing it from a reputable university, but you're doing it virtually.
I have proctored classes. I have, assignments I have to meet up with. I have certain criteria that I have to meet. So it's good.
Now, one of the challenges we face in our Digital Skills School, and I'm going to tell you guys now, listen to me on podcast or watching us on YouTube, is that a lot of you guys always ask for physical classes. And the question I keep asking is, if you have a problem with virtual classes, how will you work remotely? I don't know if you can just help us talk about this.
Most people, they just know the issue is I feel is the over glamorization of these. They say do this and get this in 8 weeks. Do this and get. That's all well and good, but most of the time, they do not tell you about the work that you personally have to put in.
Yes.
You have to
Absolutely.
put in work to learn. You again, this ever-changing climate, you have to adapt. You have to adapt. If you you open your work laptop, you're on a Zoom meeting with the base office probably in New Zealand or
In New
something.
Zealand.
I mean, there are people like that. I know a friend, a dev, he works with Swiss company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he has to be on. There are certain things that you have to do in order for you to meet up. I mean, everybody enjoys the collecting forex in.
Of course,
You
collecting
enjoy
dollars.
it. You love collecting
But you don't
dollars, but
want
you
to-
don't want to do what collecting dollars entails.
Tails.
So that's the issue. Everybody just has to okay, fine. You have to. It's a digital world. You have to have
adapt.
digital skills.
You have to adapt, guys.
You must adapt.
Okay, now we did a podcast episode sometime in June, and we were talking about the pros and cons of virtual versus physical learning. And I want you guys to search our Spotify or our Apple Podcast page and listen to that episode. Guys, you see, you cannot say you want to work for a company in South Africa, in New Zealand, in Switzerland, in Dubai, right? And not start learning virtually, because you will have virtual meetings back to back. So our product design tutor, Mr. Isaac, is someone that works for different companies as a product, as a DevOps, right? But he teaches product design, but he works as a DevOps. Now, his sleeping time is upside down. His clock is upside down, because when he's working for a US company, his night is their daytime, and so he starts his day from like maybe when it's 12 noon there, it's about 6 p.m. here, right? Depending on the city you are in the US, and so you realize that he can start his day like, let's say, at 2 a.m.
2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, okay, 2 p.m. in the afternoon,
and he can walk till
right. So, but this
minus 7 hours now.
So these are skills you need to start learning. When you tell people, oh, it's a virtual class, they have a problem with it, but yet you want to work remotely. It doesn't work that way. You have to start by learning virtually to get used to your computer. The life of a tech person is computer. Like, you will spend a tremendous amount of time in front of your computer, right? That's why most tech people use this thing because you spend so much time on your computer. So guys, there's something wrong with virtual classes, right? I know you might have had bad experiences before, but the truth is this, right? Digital Skills School, we've developed a system that makes virtual learning really seamless, really smooth, and it's live virtual classes. So you always have opportunities to interact with the tutors live in a class and ask them questions. And of course, study materials are always available as well. So guys, let's change our mindset towards physical classes. The world is not going to go back.
No,
the world is always moving forward.
If you can't change your mind, you can't move forward.
That is it.
If you can't change your mind, you can't move forward. I mean, 10 years ago, who would have thought that there will be... I'll tell you, in 2013, who would have thought that people were trying to travel for their masters?
Of course.
But 10 years later now, they say, no, stay where you are.
Traveling for masters.
Stay where you are. You pay, we'll provide, we'll set it up for you. So,
and there's no difference in the certificates.
There's really none. It's the same thing.
Yeah, whether you're there physically or you are in your house
virtually,
in Lagos or in Abuja.
As far as it is, you can fulfill what your course credits and criteria. Yeah. You're good to go.
So Arinze, thank you so much.
No problem. No
for
Chief.
Stopping by.
No wahala at all, Chief.
Talk with us, guys. So visit the www.digitalskillschool.org to learn more about us. Links are all in the description of this audio or of this video, wherever you're watching it, guys. And my name is Coach Atta, and I'll see you on the very next episode of the Tech Culture Show. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. If you're watching us on YouTube, and leave a comment below. Ask all your questions. There will always be someone to answer your questions on YouTube. And of course, if you are listening to us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, you can go to our Instagram page, check the description for links, and we'll always are here to provide as much value, as much information for you in the tech space.